In this video, we will be making our way into Wyoming from Colorado, where we've spent the past month and a half in the heart of the Rockies. Now into Big Sky country. Come along as we make and break plans and figure out what we're gonna do when as it comes. Last night was much better sleep and a much better setup and breakdown process of Spicy than the previous night. So we left the library from game night and then we went to eat at a restaurant, an Indian restaurant here in Estes Park, the city that has the entrance to Rocky Mountain National Park. And the food was pretty good. The library game night was pretty fun. And then it was a nice top off that Spicy's setup and sleep was really nice. Our place was nice. The spot was pretty quiet, and it was on a pull off on a trailhead, and there was other people sleeping there, so it felt very comfortable. We found it on iOverlander, of course. And anyways, we woke up this morning, we came into town, dropped Anila off at the library for work. Me and Nesa went to find parking, and then are walking down this river walk back towards the library. And there's these instruments on the river walk. It's called the Funway / river walk, so there might be other fun things. This is just the first fun thing we found so far, besides it being really pretty and nice next to the river. Anyways, we're gonna go to the library now, do some school for Nesa. I'm gonna edit some YouTube videos. We're going, Anila's working, and then we're going to walk this river walk maybe the whole way. And then hopefully into Rocky Mountain National Park. If not, then on our way towards Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, which is our next destination. So come along. If you're new here, I'm Aaron J. Kaplan. I'm traveling the country currently, the United States, with Nesa here, my daughter, and her mom, my wife, Anila, who's currently at the library. We're traveling in our Honda Element named Spicy, sleeping in it, and in a tent when we set up the tent. This trip around the United States is a precursor to our greater trip in Spicy, which is from Alaska to Argentina. So northern North America to southern South America, all driving, all camping, sometimes staying in Airbnbs or hotels, but mostly camping. And with that, these final moments of our time in Colorado. Well spent and well documented. You can see that playlist at the top of your screen now. And now we're on to head east across the United States before taking off towards Alaska. And the Funway delivers again. Help keep our bears safe. It says stash and secure your trash. Lock your car. Lock ground floor windows and doors. Do not approach bears or other wildlife. The Riverwalk was beautiful. It was happening too. It got much more crowded later in the day, but early on our way to the library, we had it all to ourselves, and that's what you see here. It's always nice when a town promotes free activities. It makes living there more enjoyable, and guess what? It promotes business for tourists. Well, we didn't get time to go into Rocky Mountain National Park, nor do we have time to go on a hike, but Estes Park, Colorado was
amazing.
A+. So it's kind of like our stomping grounds for 2 days.
Yeah, they have the best river walk and really pedestrian accessible downtown.
Yeah. Yeah, Estes Park was awesome. 10 out of 10 would come back. We basically didn't spend a dime except for at the community center. But that even was cheap for what we were able to do there.
The library was amazing. Everything, like there's a lot of things to do. Like you will never get bored.
Yeah, even without spending money. But.
And even without going to hikes or like, even if you're not an active person, there's still a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah. And if you are an active person, there's tons to do also.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great little town. It's amazing that is a little town.
Yeah.
Because it was packed with people the whole time, but it was mostly tourists.
I've never heard of this town, so
Yeah,
I'm sure most of you haven't.
Yeah.
But it's a great town. Everyone should visit it.
Yeah. I think most of the people that go there are from probably like Denver and Colorado Springs. Maybe not most of the people, but a lot of them. I feel like this is like the place to go for them, like on their weekends or their vacations or whatever. Summertime especially. But then again, it's the entrance to Rocky Mountain National Park, so I'm sure it's not only Denver and Colorado Springs people. People going to the park from everywhere. They come through the town, they see it's awesome, they want to stop and see what's going on. Yeah. There was free parking, a giant free parking garage with a free shuttle going throughout town from there. So they make it accessible. They're like, yes, come visit our town. They're not like, stay away unless you have money.
Yeah.
They're like, we're gonna get money. That's a byproduct of people coming here.
Yeah.
So let's make it nice so people want to come here. It's smart.
Yeah. I think this is my favorite than Helen, Georgia.
Yeah, I liked it better here than Helen too.
Yeah. Controversial.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The what?
It's gonna be controversial, maybe.
Yeah, maybe controversial. But it reminded us kind of like Helen, just without like the style of architecture, but lots of people visiting for the outdoorsy place, but a cool town.
But more accessible.
Yeah, it's more accessible.
You can just like go tubing on the rivers, probably with your own tube.
Yeah, we saw. There's a few people tubing on our way out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, now we're headed to get some food on our way to our parking spot for the night, which is actually a rest area on I-80 or I-25. I don't know which one. There's like an intersection there. And we're going to be staying at the rest area. We already looked it up on iOverlander, our favorite new app. And we saw that it's car sleeping friendly, at least for a night. As long as you don't pull out any slides, which we don't have in Spicy. As long as you don't put out a tent, which we won't put up because we can sleep in Spicy. But yeah. And now that we're better at arranging the car, it should be more discreet than the first night or last night. Yeah, hopefully. If not, maybe we'll just sleep in the seats without putting the mattress up. That's possible.
Yeah. This sleeps in the seat.
Yeah.
I can sleep.
Alright, anyways, we'll see you there. Wherever we go. On the Pan American Highway. Heading on to drive the Pan American Highway, and we're gonna do it both yours and my way. Scenic drives and peaceful vibes. Alright, we are officially on the freeway on our way towards our stop for the night in Wyoming. We just got, for lunch, late lunch, we just got Taco Bell. Nissa, you want to say what you got? Because she gets it every time, same thing. What did you get? Cheesy bean and rice burrito. That's what she got. That's our favorite fast food stop because, well, one of the only fast food stop where we can actually get a full meal because they have vegetarian stuff all over their menu. So now that we're fueled up and ready to go, well, I still have to eat mine.
Never go too fast.
No, we're going under the speed limit. But now that we're getting fueled up, we're talking about maybe setting up to sleep early tonight, like maybe at like 4 or whenever we get there, maybe 5 o'clock at the rest area, and then getting up early and going in the morning on to our next stop, which is probably something like a rest area again, or maybe like an informal campground or a national forest or something of the sort in between there and Cody, Wyoming, which is our final destination for this short distance trip for the next little while. And yeah, we'll be spending how long in Cody, Wyoming? We'll be there for 3 weeks.
However we feel.
Yeah, I guess however we feel. Originally it was going to be for 3 weeks in Cody. But it could be 1 week, could be 2 months. We'll have to see. Nessa, how would you rate your Taco Bell?
5 stars.
5 stars out of how many?
5 stars.
5 out of 5. Every time. Without fail. Plans changed. Instead of the rest area, we're headed to a more outdoorsy space. It's a public recreation or access area or something. But they do have, it's a free campground with minimal facilities but space to pitch a tent or sleep in the car. Not stealth. So that's where we're going instead. See you there. After our time in Colorado, it was now time to cross the border on into America's least densely populated state, Wyoming. We were headed up to Yellowstone National Park and its surrounding national forests. But first, a few days on the road. Country.
Video?
Yeah, video.
Okay.
Good?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Big Sky Country. Due to the lack of population and the general feeling of the sky being a lot bigger than anywhere else in the country, this region of Wyoming is part of Big Sky Country. And we got the feeling that it really earned that name.
My Dodo and Bobo.
What the heck is that?
My Dodo and my Bobo.
Lisa, do you see that?
And what the heck?
Do you see that cloud coming down? That cloud there? There. Yeah.
It might just be sun and rain.
Yeah, it's weird.
What the heck is that?
It's probably invisibility cloak for an UFO.
We're getting imaginative. It looks like the shape of a tornado, but it's not like spinny. And I don't know, maybe it's spinning sun. It's like a sun-nado. It's crazy though. Is it a tornado?
Yes, it is. It's a
Look at the
tornado,
bottom.
Daddy.
We never did figure out what that was, but if you have any idea or know for sure, please let us know in the comments below. Anyways, after that interesting encounter, we arrived to Twin Buttes Public Recreation Area where we would stay for 2 nights. It's a BLM land, so a Bureau of Land Management land, where you can access freely and do whatever you want as long as you're not hurting the land. We had a lot of fun trying to pronounce Butte until we finally looked it up. Very glad we decided to come here instead of the rest stop. This is BLM land, so Bureau of Land Management land. It is free to camp here. You just find a spot that seems roady or spotty rather than like not roady or spotty. And you set up shop. So we're setting up our tent right here. Seems pretty flat, right down by the lake. And then we got Spicy on a pretty flat ground. It's a little bit, he's a little bit unlevel, but we're not sleeping in him tonight. We're sleeping in the tent because we have time to set up a tent, and we're gonna take the time to set up the tent and a space to set up the tent. This is what we ended up doing. Setting up the bed.
I'm a mermaid.
Got a full mattress.
And I'm a mermaid.
We ended up setting up Spicy's bed mode because we set up the tent at first and it was awesome. It was right here, right in this spot, facing the lake. But then a little storm, minor storm, rolled through. Not even any rain, just the wind, which happens a lot in Wyoming. And it literally was pulling our tent inward, just crippling the whole thing. We were like, no, unacceptable. It's gonna snap the tent or flip us over. So we set up Spicy here, and we set up his bed mode inside, as you just saw. Super comfortable in there. We've been sleeping like that the last 2 nights, and tonight is even a little bit better. We're improving every night, and yeah, this is an awesome spot. We're so excited to be here. Probably going to stay here for 2 nights before going on, instead of staying at the rest area we were going to stay at for 1 night. We're making Maggie for breakfast, some Indian ramen.
For dinner.
For dinner, for breakfast. There's a move. Let me see. In there. Indian ramen, baby, in our pressure cooker, which I just washed.
In bathroom. It smells like poop. And that smells like...
And we're cooking. I love my lady sunset chasers. They ran all the way over there to get there for the sunset twice. 2 different coloration schemes. In the next episode of Driving Dreams, we will be finishing up our stay at Twin Buttes and then moving on further into Wyoming, where we will be staying at a city park. Stick around the channel and we'll see you next time.